Y'all. I'm like, is that? Okay. I hope I put this on. Okay. I see someone in. Okay. Thank you for the thumbs up. Okay. Okay, this was so interesting. I've never been to the federal courthouse before. This was interesting. Okay. So first of all, um when Peter came out, I messed up because I didn't realize you guys couldn't hear me, but you guys got the visual. That was the most important thing, right? So what happened? So I followed Peter on Instagram, and let me do like Sonya. So let me look somewhere else and pretend like I'm not talking to you guys, right? Um, where's my damn thing? Okay, y'all. I just had to drop my husband's cousin off at a doctor's appointment. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call the girls. Let me call and tell you guys what's going on. Okay, so Peter, where's my other phone, baby? This mobile stuff is not the business. Okay. Um, he has federal tax charges. What were his federal tax charges specifically? Um, he did not pay his employer withholdings for his employees. So just get in the mind of you get your paycheck and your employer is withholding 20, 30% of your paycheck for various different things, paying for benefits, paying your social security, paying your state tax, your federal tax, paying whatever. So he collected those monies and he used it as his own, according to the government, as his own bank account. Okay, y'all can hear me okay? Um, Let me make sure. Oh, I don't even want to get up off of here. I'm assuming you guys can hear me pretty good. Um, so court started sharp 9:30. Okay, Peter was with his brother. I walked into the court. It was only a few, most of the people were there, I think, to see Peter's sentencing. I don't know who these people were. There was a lady who was sitting in front of me who was laughing when the judge said, "But you spent the people's money. Like, how did you spent, like, it wasn't your money to spend." Turns out she was from the IRS field office. I tried to ask her a question when she came out. And she said, "I'm sorry, I can't answer any questions." I said, "I understand, girl. I mean, girl, you got to go back to your job and get your check. So if you can't answer, that's okay." But she did say that she was managing his case prior to it becoming going to federal court. Okay. So to the U.S. Attorney's point, they try many times to get a hold of you civilly prior to making it a federal issue and prosecution, where they give you opportunity to make payment plans. They try to, they work with you. The federal government, the IRS system is mainly a honor system. It's self-reporting. And that's what we rely on because it does impact our treasury. And the treasury is how we do what? Pay our bills. So people who are on SSI and the government's bills can be paid. That's it. The monies that are withheld goes into the treasury. The treasury pays bills from the treasury. And if people don't pay taxes, it's a problem to the system, right? Okay. Peter was represented by Miss Owens, and Peter came in on, I believe he came in on a Rule 11, um, and basically um, he pled guilty to the offenses. Lady, please don't hit my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm minding my own business. I don't have time for people to hit my car. My God. If you can't get out, this was not okay. Now she's got plenty of room. Okay, my God. All right. Let me cut to the chase. So Peter's lawyer asked for 1 year and a 1 day sentence. The feds asked for 18 for 2 years. Um, the lawyer for Mr. Thomas said that, he's a family man. He's been an active father. He cares for his mother. He's close with his siblings. He's 64 years old. And he is definitely, he's a valued member of his family. He has also been a valued member of the community. He's done a lot for his community. He's provided employment, all of these things, and he's a good businessman. And then the judge was like, why are we here? Um, uh, and they talked about the four failed businesses. And look, he's had his challenges, so I'm not going to call him a bad businessman. I don't have that information to say he's a good or bad businessman, but what we can say is that part of being a good businessman is maybe is taking really good. I just businessman, you're going to pay, you're not going to put your employees in a bad place. Can I get some ones in the chat? If you guys can still hear me. It said I was offline for a minute. Will he be deported? He's a citizen. He's an American citizen. You guys, he's been here for 50 years. And he is a American citizen. He is a immigrant. He did come and naturalize as a citizen, but he is a citizen. He will not be deported. No, you guys are funny. I don't. There was no conversation regarding him being deported. Um, he's one of us. Okay. All right. 1 year, 1 day. Um, they said that he's a value to his family. He's a value to the community. He has been, providing in the business community. The judge makes the point that um, his references. So basically, when his references were like, "Oh, he's a wonderful father. He's an excellent businessman," the judge was like, "Well, I don't think that his references really knew what he was doing with the money because he was spending. I don't know how. I don't know that his references were aware of how he diverted money that was supposed to be going one place versus another." And the judge made that point, was like, I don't think his references were unaware how he spent the money, um, and that uh, should have been sent to the IRS. He said in large part it could have been for self-aggrandizement. Um, and then people were laughing in the gallery. I was surprised. The That courtroom was as clean and tidy as probably a courtroom could be. Aesthetically, it was giving federal courtroom. The air was very clean. There was no dust. It was not dirty. The seats were clean. It smelled very neutral. I'd never been in a federal court before, so I'm just giving kind of the overall vibe. It was giving Law and Order, okay? It was clean, and I'm not talking about Law and Order, the TV show. I'm talking about it was giving the law, and it was giving orderly, decent, um, clean, all of the things that you would think in a federal building. It was absolutely all of that. The security coming into the building was tight. I had to turn in my phone. I called Mr. Byron. He said, "Don't even bother to bring your cameras in." So I did, and I left everything in the car. I came into the building. I had to put my phones and my little recording device. I had my little DJI microphone, and they made me lock it in the locker. I probably could have brought it in with me. I don't think they would have noticed, but it was the honor system, and I didn't feel like being embarrassed at the federal courthouse. So this is not only a microphone, but it's also a recording device. This thing is so cool. Anyway, I'll talk. If you guys ever want me to talk tech, which I say that all the time, let me know and show up, and we can do that. Because if you didn't know, I'm very much of a tech junkie, and I probably got it. Anyway, I love that thing. Anyway, came in, had to lock up my phone, lock up all your electronics, went through kind of like a TSA type. They had the x-ray, the machine, laid my purse down, laid everything in there, took off my coat, took off everything. Like you're going, like you're at the airport basically. And they were very nice and courteous. These men were some of the tallest men I've seen in Charlotte. Everybody was like, damn, six. Okay. I'm sorry. I got a call. Okay. I'm sorry. I got a call. My bad. Um, okay. Um, went through, everybody was very professional. They directed us to where we needed to go to get up to the courtroom. Got to the courtroom. It was completely quiet. You could hear a pin drop. And like I said, it was very clean, neat, tidy. People were dressed for business. Um, and I don't know who all of the interested parties were. It did appear that after court, you guys can't hear me? All right. Okay, I'm going to come back. Oh, it's back now? Okay. Can you give me a one? You can hear me? Okay, you can hear him. Okay. Um, all right, let me get my cousin. It's my husband's first cousin, but she's my cousin anyway. Okay, let me go get her. We'll just drive and talk. Um, okay. Okay. All right, back to when Miss Owens was giving her presentation. Um, she basically stressed family, community, and him being an asset um, over the years in the business community. And basically, they were like, well, that's kind of debatable because at the end of the day, like we're here right now, right? So the state gets up, well, not the state, the US government gets up, and basically they said, look, Peter, not only this situation in Charlotte with four different establishments, um, in 2014 in Atlanta, there was another tax case. I was like, oh, really? Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, there she is. Okay. Hold on a second. Need a ride? Let's see. Okay. All right, I'm on live. Okay, I'm on live, just so you know. Okay. What are we doing now? And then what else? Okay. Are you tired? Are you exhausted? Okay. So can you scout that out and then let me know what I do next? Okay. Well, I'm talking to the nice people. Okay. Okay. Um. So the U.S. attorney was like, "Look, 2014 we had a similar problem in Atlanta, and then we're looking at four businesses and the impact." Ma'am, could you put on your seatbelt, please? We drive safely around here. It's not a joke. Okay. Okay, what am I doing? All right, I guess I'm gonna go this way. Do you know where a mailbox is, or are we just freestyling it too? Okay. All right. Well, let's just. Where's the post office by your house? I'm trying to think. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're not going to that. That one is in the we. That's a completely. That's a trip to go to that one. Uh. Okay. Y'all, I know some people are like, and you give Avatar all the time, and now we're in the car. What is really going on here? Those are my notes. I know you, I can barely read it myself. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I need to practice my penmanship more. Okay. Let me tell you something. If you're going to go to these courthouses, you better have your little cute notebook. And I have cute notebooks and I didn't even think about it. Guys, I am literally lost in Midtown Charlotte. Not really. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I can see in the distance, like, oh, I need to be over there. There's Target. Um, Farah said on Monday, are we going Christmas shopping after your appointment? Yeah. I know after Monday at 6 o'clock, I will not be leaving the house until Thursday. I am going to be in Christmas mode 150%. Okay. I know where I am now, guys. Okay. I'm trying to tell them what happened. Stopping for the mess. Okay. All right. Are we good? Okay. In 2014, there was a tax situation with employment tax, and it was another $2.5 million situation. Um, and they kind of went into the process of like, we try to reach out to you civilly, we give you opportunities. By the time we get you to court, you have really evaded paying taxes. And these taxes are particularly problematic because these are the taxes that are withheld from your employees' paychecks. So the ripple effect with the effect that happens to your employees is tremendous and does not go unnoticed. And that there was a particular, according to the U.S. attorney, they said that they felt that there was a particular practice of avoiding liens and levies. And by avoiding liens and levies and shifting your business ownership, they said that there were times where business names were shifted into other names so that he did not appear to be responsible for those businesses. And that this was a pretty deceptive practice. And this is the reason why we are here today. um I think they had some mercy on Peter. I don't know if it was his age. I don't know if he's just a good guy. He comes off on Instagram as a good guy. You may feel how you feel about Peter. I'm going to just say off the top, I don't have any feelings like one way or the other. I feel like if he asked for a year, he could have had 2 years. He got 18 months. I feel like that was fair. If you want to know my personal opinion, I feel like 18 months was very fair. Owing $2.5 million, I think, to the average person, where you've amassed $2.5 million of monies that were held to the side for your employees. According to the U.S. attorney, she basically stated there was plenty of money when you looked into his accounts to have been able to have made those payments, and he opted to not make those payments. Is that what she said? Okay. Um, my cousin was with me. So they made that point that, like, this isn't a fact that he didn't have the money. There was that money, and there was in excess of that money. He opted, this is that what they said, he opted to not pay that money, and he opted to avoid when he had opportunity to make right on those things. And it got to the point where when he was sent the charges, he did immediately own up to it and put in a plea and wanted to work things out and all of those things. And they appreciated that. But this was also, she wanted to make the point that there's a long road to get to this point where he did have an opportunity to actually do the right thing, right? That was kind of embarrassing. Wasn't that kind of like, I mean, they stressed that point. I was like, okay, okay, making that point. What'd you say? Oh, okay. He would shut down a business and baby, he would open up another business that quick. That was according to the US attorney. Those were the allegations that were made. And considering that he pled guilty, we're going to just say that according to the US attorney, he would transfer businesses, he would close a business, he would open another business, and there seemed to be a very specific pattern of avoiding paying these taxes and then also avoiding the levies and liens associated. He did note that his brother was there to support him, but they also noted that he used his brother in one of his schemes or in some of his schemes at a certain point and actually got his brother involved into a lot of trouble because he was intertwined in Mr. Thomas's mess. Okay. What else am I missing? Um, oh, the reality show. Girl, they are, there's a production company. It's called Blue Collar Productions. I think the guy's name is Ted Lasso. He has a deal on the table. Guys, I'm not even reading your comments right now. So just bear with me, okay? So he has a deal on the table right now with a guy named Ted Lasso, and it's called Blue Collar Productions. This was admitted into the court record. So even though I asked Peter outside, hey, can you talk to us about the reality show? He said he can't talk about it, but his lawyer could. His lawyer could and did basically tell the judge that this was going to be an opportunity for him to make restitution, make some of the restitution. Now, the reality show is going to revolve around recording the time period leading up to him going to federal prison. So, if you did not hear, he was sentenced to 18 months in a federal prison. His lawyer requested that he goes to federal prison as close to Miami as possible. Um, The reality show, they did not give a time frame of when it was going to start production, but he has a contract or he has a deal with this particular production company to document um, his journey leading up to going to prison, leading up to, and I guess going into, maybe coming out of, I don't know. But this would be, according to his lawyer, Miss Owens, very lucrative. And give him the opportunity to make some restitution payments. He does owe $100 plus again $2.5 million. He is. They did mention, and this is in the record. The judge. This is what the judge said, because there has been a history of substance abuse. You heard that, right? Okay. There was a history of substance abuse, that they recommend that there is any programs that he is able to enter into while incarcerated to help him with his substance abuse issues. That is also mandated. Also, there will be 2 years of supervised release, and on that supervised release, which is basically probation, they will have access to any and all of his finances and his financial information. They will be going over his monies with a fine-tooth comb. Um, because that's what he's going to jail for misappropriating and not handling his finances. He commingled his business finances with his own personal money, and he will be on a supervised release, and they will have access to his money, to his finances, to what he's doing during that time period, and to their satisfaction, right? He's got to pay his restitution directly to, I forgot who they say. Girl. I'll read it on the order. When they publish the order, I'll read it to you guys directly. But basically, the $2.5 million restitution is going to go to the IRS, because it's going to go to a fund to make these people whole who did not have their tax withholdings credited. Just imagine you go to file your taxes and you make $100,000 a year, and this money went here and this money went there, and $15,000 is unaccounted for from your withholdings, right? That's a problem. He has 14 days to appeal his sentence. Um, they asked for him to report after July 1st of 2025 because of his deal that he has. Um, and so anytime after July 1st, the judge advised him to not be late to report to court to jail when it's time, because if you are late, you are considered, girl, I think a fugitive. What did they say? And they will treat you as such. Okay, do not be late. When it's time for you to report, you better be there on time before time. Okay. I'm sure there's other stuff. Oh, there's a post office on the left up here. Okay. All right. You can what? Oh, you can hang out. Okay. Cousin says she don't want to go home. Okay. Aw. Okay. Okay, so we'll go to the post office, then we'll go back to my house. Okay. Um. All right. When we pull up, I'm trying to think. Like, what else did I miss? We should go get. What time is it? We should go get a seafood boil. Oh, you don't want to? The look on your face was like, okay. I got. Look. So we'll figure. Okay, we'll figure out what we're gonna do for lunch, but we're probably gonna. Let me go check on Portia. I think that's the main thing to do first. Let's go check on Portia and Lamb. Let them out, and then we'll go out to lunch. Okay. Oh my God, I've been off from the internet for 2 days now. Well, I'm not really off like that because I'm live now. Okay, guys, give me just a second. I'm gonna be at the post office. I'm gonna look at your questions. This was so much fun. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed going to I was nervous, just because, of course, it's like, are they gonna let me in? They didn't ask us any questions. We went, you know what I mean? Like, walked in, we're U.S. citizens. They asked us for ID. We gave the identification. This is a public proceeding, it's not private, and it's a public building, and we have a right to go into the building. They wanted to know where we were going. I said courtroom 4B, and I said the judge's name. And they said, okay, if you have any electronics, go ahead and lock them up in a locker. There's lockers right there. And then we'll have you walk through security and we'll tell you how to get to where you're going. They were very nice and courteous. It was a great experience overall. We walked into the chamber, well, not the chambers, but the courtroom. And like I said, the aesthetics were it gave everything I thought a federal courtroom would give. Um, it was definitely very intimidating, just from a standpoint of this is some serious business that happens here. Okay, serious business happens here, and it gave all of that. The judge came out. Sir did not crack a smile. Sir was he was serious. He was serious when he said, "But you didn't like." I'm gonna paraphrase. You didn't spend up those people's money. No, he said, he said, but what about the money? That's what he said, right? But what about how you spent the money? What about how you spent those hard working waitresses, cooks, dishwashers, money with your Gucci loafer ass, Hugo Boss suit wearing, well groomed ass, silver gray fox beard. Hello? Smelling like the men's department. Okay, sir? Why are you spending the dishwasher's monies? Okay? Why are you doing that? Okay? That was a problem. Okay? Cousin said Saks Fifth Avenue. Girl, smelling like the whole men's department. Okay? Yes, that's what it was giving. Peter is a well-dressed and good smelling. You could smell him from. You could smell his cologne in the courtroom, right, girl? It was giving. Okay, it was giving. Okay, all right. We're y'all. Peter should have worn a suit from menswear. Baby, he was wearing It was giving Ferragamo. It was giving Gucci. He had some nice black shoes on with some with some gold buckles. Very nice. He was sharp. He was sharp. Extremely well groomed. Absolutely. Oh, he'll be with Todd Chrisley. Ah! Okay, let me see what else I got for you guys. This was so much fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't 100% sure. I was like, what if I don't catch him going in or out of the building? What if I can't get in the courtroom? I just wasn't sure. So when I told you guys Monday I was going somewhere, I didn't want to say anything because I just wanted to make sure I was able to handle the business. So it was the Honorable Kenneth Bell. Um, and where's my other phone? Did you see what I did with my phone? Oh, oh, I want to look up what his thing was. Oh, thank you, hun. Portia is gonna be like, mommy. Oh, my Lambo is the one who's gonna be acting a complete mess. Oh man. Okay, I don't have it in front of me. Okay, you guys, if you guys want more on this topic, I can pull up and give you the exact charges, everything. I mean, it's kind of a done data now because well, I guess it's not because he's not going to jail for 6 months. But as far as what's his sentence, number one, if you're just coming in, Peter pled guilty. He pled guilty. He did not come in on a plea. He went to them and said, "I'm guilty." Okay? They didn't offer him anything. He went and said, "I'm guilty," and he was going to deal with whatever came from that. Okay. Peter pled guilty to his tax situation. His tax situation revolved around employee withholding taxes. So again, your taxes that are withheld from your paycheck that your employer is responsible quarterly to send to the IRS, to the state of Texas or state of Florida or state of wherever you live. He did not do that. He kept that money and he allocated that money and used it according to the government as his own personal bank account for his personal finances and business finances. The US attorney said it is not up to you to make a determination, well, your refrigerator just broke. Let me allocate that money to pay for something or pay this or pay that. That money is entrusted to be paid as monthly or quarterly. It's not, there's not an option of what you're to do with it. You are holding it in basically like an escrow and it's to be paid. It's not an option to use that money, and anybody who thinks that it is an option, will be prosecuted, right? Um and also the fact that he got himself so deep that it's $2.5 million dollars. This wasn't just one or two payrolls. This was a practice. This appears to be a practice and a how he did business, because this is $2.5 million worth of taxes. Okay. Um, he pled guilty. He came in on a bill of information. I pretty much told you guys everything. The reality show that's going to be coming soon. It's a reality show revolving around him going to prison. He got 18 months. Peter gave a statement of apology. Okay, we didn't talk about that. Peter's apology. What do you think about his apology? She's laughing. Okay, so cousin says that she thinks he only apologized because he got caught. Ooh, John B, what did you say? We rarely have to time people out. My goodness. Okay. Peter's apology. He said, I made a mistake. He said, I came here. It was my anniversary as coming here as an immigrant kid. My parents sent for me. It's been 50 years. He explained that he misappropriated the money. He said he is spending time letting people know. He said this a couple of times. He wants to help people that look like him. I was like, people that look like you. I know he's talking about black people, but I think, like, for me, I'm thinking to myself, Are you talking about middle-aged, well-groomed, well-dressed, Gucci loafers, Gucci suit, $1 million apartment people that look like you? Like, sir, you may have been from wherever you were from 50 years ago, but you have, sir, you're here because you didn't pay $2.5 million in taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you talking to? Who are you? And maybe who you are talking to. Okay. But he said specifically he wants to be an asset to the community. He wants to let people know the repercussions and what. Girl. Okay. Um that was pretty much it. He was just like, I'm sorry. I want to be an asset to the community. I've been spending time on my social media for the past few months giving that message. What else? His daughters wrote letters. I think is it Portia? Portia and Blaze. Um it was just when the IRS said, "But you're not a great businessman for me." When she was just like, "Yeah, they did." She's like, "They did say that now. They did say that. You're not a good businessman. No. You're not. The US the US attorney said, "But you're not a good businessman." Okay? Um She said because they tried civil first, you avoided levies and liens, you shifted business names to avoid and evade taxes. This was not, there was no, okay. Yeah, there was a very specific practice of avoiding and evading, and avoiding the civil opportunities to not be here. So, and she said, with that, she said, and with that, we're asking for 24 months. Um, I think that was it. But Sir pled guilty, baby. He pled guilty. It was interesting. I mean, I was happy for him because he seems like a decent guy, but I mean, people can run around and say you're a good businessman all you want, but, you know, I was there more so on some Real Housewives, Nene Leakes, and Cynthia Bailey. That's where I feel like I know Peter from the most. And I don't have anything against Peter at all. I think Peter probably is a good guy who may not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's not a good businessman, but that's what the U.S. attorney said, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, just because you can open a business doesn't mean not business savvy. Maybe he puts other priorities against other priorities. And also, you have to think of the people, too, whose money was spent on plane tickets or rent or. Like he said, well, I guess, I've told people now you have to pay your rent before you even think of, and before you have to pay your taxes before you pay your rent. But you're not, in this situation, you're not paying your taxes. You actually have other people's money. You got other people's money. So it's not even paying your taxes, it's paying it's even the mindset. That's not your money. It's not even, he wasn't there on some personal income tax. He was there on payroll taxes, okay? Sometimes people accept bad business advice from others, no excuses, but I'm sure someone schooled him. Just because you can open a business doesn't mean that you can run a business. Um, we seem to be in a little sly. He seems to be a little slick and sly to me. Um, I don't have any glasses on. What'd you say? Cousin says this is not his first rodeo. The IRS is gangster, but they will work with you. Peter was dead ass wrong. I think, we've seen this a lot on this channel, right? If he would have made these people have to drag their suitcases up into that federal courthouse every day, baby, I don't know if he would have got 2 years. They probably would have sent him away. They probably would have gave him longer because I feel like I saw in the sentencing guidelines he could have gotten like 7 to 10 years, something in that neighborhood. It could have been more. So the fact that he um uh went ahead and was like, I'm guilty, and did not try to belabor the process and have them have to bring the dog and pony show out. He probably also wanted to, from a standpoint of, they probably already been digging in my stuff. They probably already been digging. They probably already, you know what they say, when the feds bring a case, they have their case, right? So the fact that they were bringing a case against him, they probably had pulled and gotten access to whatever they needed to be able to prove. And on top of that, you just have a balance sheet with zero. Oh, so the main thing is the crime. There's no real excuse other than them going through your bank accounts and seeing how you spent money, and them trying to figure out and embarrass you, and probably really have to put out there the whole entire ledger of, and then you bought a plane ticket, and then you bought an apartment, and then you started another business, and then you did this, and then you did that. That would have even been more embarrassing. So absolutely, you don't get a cookie for pleading guilty. It was the right thing to do because it was the wrong thing that was done. So it was the right thing to do to remedy the situation with, like, no more embarrassment, I would say, probably. um okay. Someone said, Nesto, you see, Peter took accountability. Um, okay, guys, I'm not going to hold y'all. If you guys want me to talk about this again, I'll give you the official charges. I can't get it. I'm on like my main social media phone right now, and that's where I can get into all my files. And as far as like his official charges, stuff like that, if you want to talk about this again, we can. Um, But and if you hadn't seen before, the sound quality was bad, and that was a my bad. I should have had my microphone in here, and I wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready. Because like I said, I called Dennis and asked him. I said, "Look, I'm at the federal courthouse. Peter's going to court today. I'm trying to get in there. Do I need to even bring my stuff in the building?" Because I knew, obviously, without a permission, I don't think they call it Rule 22 here, but without having permission, plus I heard federal court, you can't have cameras anyway. I just didn't know, like, was it even worth having it in my purse? Were they going to take it or whatever? And he said, go ahead and leave your stuff in the car. And he said, they'll probably make you lock up your phones, which is exactly what they did. And then once they sentenced him and the marshals made him stand up. So you guys have seen, like, when Sarah Boone, Wade Wilson, all of that, when they got their sentence and they were found guilty and they were sentenced, they did the fingerprinting, right? So I think he was getting fingerprinted at that moment, but we didn't stay to find out. I said to cousin, I said, look, let's go downstairs so we can be in front. So when he comes downstairs, I didn't want to miss him because I knew I wouldn't be able to get anything in the elevator. So that's when I went live with you guys. She went to the car because the wind was blowing. It was really cold. And that's pretty much it. That's what happened. But it was fun. I really enjoyed it. Um, Last week when I saw that this was happening here, I just said, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance and go downtown and see if I can see what's going on and get the update. Okay. All right, that's what happened to criminals. Ah! Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So that's where I was this morning, guys. Um, I'll come back later, on I know Pam's gonna go live, I guess, with her video. I know she was having some problem last night getting everything, or we got late or whatever. But I'm looking forward to getting to watch the proceedings. I'm gonna just say this: I did watch Wisdom's daughter last night. She told what happened. Basically, I'm just gonna say, when you, like, them arguing the I guess we could talk about that too. The the motion to suppress the vehicle search, I don't know that it has as much of an effect on the RICO as it does the sexual assault and the CP charges, even though him being arrested and the search happened all at that time, it would have an effect greater on the other cases. But don't forget that there was a search warrant that happened for Erica King when Erica King got her butt up on that damn Zoom hearing and they realized that she was impersonating lawyers. Don't think that there was only one arrest of Erica King. I think there were actually two. And they went to 990 Pine Grove Road. Um, after, okay, can you guys hear me? Okay. So there was a search warrant that was created revolving around, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Todd Ashley, but there was a court proceeding revolving around the dispossessory of Bent Creek Manor, and Erica King came on and was impersonating another lawyer, and they immediately called for her arrest. So there was other search warrants. So all of that evidence, the phony seals, the fake documents, finding out about the phony law firm, the bogus currency, all of those things, I mean, all of that won't be thrown out. And keep in mind, Erica King cannot be guilty and a convicted felon on all of those array of allegations and it not be real. So no matter, even if Nesto thinks that it wasn't legally obtained to be used in whichever case, she's still his co-defendant and she still has evidence that was turned over, I'm sure, that still loops Nesto in. So even if the vehicle search is thrown out, keep in mind that they said something about car keys. Yeah, because I told you guys, if you guys are in my members and it was in another live, I got a arrest affidavit, and the difference between the arrest affidavit from a year prior um, was that they had noted that on the G Wagon, which he had keys for, so he was in possession of keys for a vehicle that had a fake VIN number. Okay, we talked about that. So if you're in members, I think I have it in members. I'll release it today if you guys are not in members and you want it. But just keep in mind, there was an update to an arrest affidavit where they added the G Wagon, and the G Wagon had two VIN numbers, and one of the VIN numbers were illegal. He was involved in some sort of car washing, car thievery, some sort of whatever. I can't even put a word to it because I'm not in that business, but basically, it could have been stolen cars. It could have been maybe misrepresenting cars for different years, maybe trying to get more money for cars, like selling a 17 as a 21. I don't know what he was doing, but the VIN number on the police report, it was stated that there was one VIN number, but later found out that that VIN number was false and the correct VIN number was this, and that wasn't on the report from a year previously. So, okay, and that was the G Wagon that he allegedly purchased for Shirley with Gail Bickham's money. Okay, I'll leave you all with that. So, all of that is in the playlist. If you're new here, all of that is in the Ernest Williams playlist. Um, the majority of it, 99% of what you need to know is in the playlist. I have most of all of the court documents, mostly everything that's noteworthy in my Patreon. And then you can also look up and down the community wall for a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff in there if you're just now getting into this case. Ernest Williams, the state of Georgia versus Ernest Williams on a multi-count RICO activity. Um, let's see. Hence the reason Attorney Will Wooten is not pressed. He's not really pressed about it, even though I think he's still going to fight for it because he knows that that information is relevant. And if the judge throws it out, they can possibly use that as a leverage to have it thrown out in future cases. So it's almost better. I don't, I really, I think Judge Dun, this is my read on Judge Dunaway. I think he's going to, he seems and he comes off as very fair. But I think that no matter how fair he comes off, I don't know that it's going to fly. If something is blatantly not legal, then of course I think that he will say, well, we're going to have to let that go. That was not legally obtained. It was blah, 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 right? Um, I think if it, oops, getting out the Maserati and tripping. Did you see that? Sir was in his nice velour suit, got stepped out the Maserati, and girl tripped on the gutter. Okay. Ah. Okay. Anyway, good thing he didn't fall though. Okay. That would have been really bad. Anyway, the worst is when you okay, let me stop. I bet all his cars were like that. Yeah, well, I don't know if all the cars were like that, but if they weren't like that, they were in repossession. Okay? All right, y'all. I kept y'all long enough. We're going to, huh? You want to say hi? Okay. Aw. Okay. What else do we have to talk about? Is it time for me to is it time for us to go? Girl, it's like they said hi bougie cousin. She's laughing. Okay. Girl, last time you were on one of my girl, that was we're not even gonna talk about that. That was awful. You were dropping some TT on that day. You were we were it was the truth. It was the truth. You know, that's what I do on here every day. I come on here to tell the truth, okay? Some people don't like that. Okay. Girl, okay, Peter. Peter. All right. I'm hot. I got this sweater on. I guess we're gonna roll. Let's roll out. Am I in drive? Yes. I'm in drive. I'm not in park. We got to Portia is probably having a fit. Lambo is probably having a fit right now as we speak because he hasn't seen Portia in a few hours. I have them separated right now. Sometimes Portia just needs the morning to herself. Yeah, Portia likes to just, yeah, don't bother me. Can you relax? Type thing. And then she gets with the shits around 12 o'clock. Let's see. Okay, Sonia missed, but we're. Oh, can we talk about Sonia's clothes from yesterday? If you didn't get to see it, so Wisdom's daughter has another channel. It's called Bad Girls Talk. So if you haven't figured that out yet, shame on you. Do you really go here? I mean, my God. It was on her community wall. It's called Bad Girls Talk. And she broadcasted while she was sitting in the courtroom yesterday. It was a little hard to hear. She acknowledged that. She gave her full update on all of the shenanigans of yesterday, what happened. She did record the proceedings. However, yesterday when she went live, she was going to be in the process of editing like her good footage. So that's it. But yeah, go check out Wisdom's daughter has it posted. Pam is, I'm sure, going to give her legal analysis along with the footage today. That's my assumption. I'm a subscriber just like y'all, so I don't have any extra or advanced knowledge on the matter. Um, so I'm sure I'll be listening whenever she goes live. Okay. And if you don't know, if you're new here and you want to know what we're talking about, outside of Mr. Peter Thomas, we're talking about Mr. Ernest Williams. And if you want to see the live pretrial hearing yesterday regarding some open motions, specifically the motion to suppress a vehicle search, you can go over to our girl Pam, the Law Intellect, um, and set your notifications that when she goes live with the footage and her legal commentary, you can get that. Okay, Fran, go to your PO box before Christmas and things. India, you're so sweet. I will. Should I go now or I'll wait till what's today? Thursday? I can wait till Saturday. Um, oh, and I got some legal mail. I got some Nesto Sonia visits. Are we back, guys? Guys, I'm gonna cut this because it's very cloudy and I don't want it to be super duper choppy. So, give me a one if you guys can still hear me. I don't know if you can or not, but I'm gonna let y'all go. Okay, you guys can hear. Okay. It's hot. Are you hot? This coat, baby, the scarf makes a difference. Can you help me? You know what I always think about? Girl, girl. You know that apartment complex we just passed back there? You know that's where they found that girl behind a dumpster, baby. There was some. No, it was a black girl. Yeah. Oh, she was Hispanic. The ones where the boys were on, the kids were on Facebook. They were doing like some Facebook TikToks or whatever, and and then found out, and it was all on Facebook Live. I wonder what happened to that case. But I always think about that when I pass that place, like that poor girl. Um, I even look. I would have still just the fact of stealing off of a corpse is, or the deceased, someone who clearly has been violated, awful. They stole all her jewelry, every girl a mess, just a mess. They took her belt, her jewelry, and they were on Facebook Live. I think they kind of were like, wait a second, she's dead. And then when they realized, like, oh shit, and we're on Facebook Live, they scattered. I need to look that up and see whatever happened. I don't know any of their names, but I'm gonna try and do a little search or two and see if I can find. I would imagine they probably got like a slap on the wrist unless they were actually responsible for what happened. Very sad, very very sad. This coat, I highly recommend it. It's from Amazon. When I tell you, it is very insulated, and I am hot right now. Ooh, I'm hot, and you're cold. Wow. Bougie cousin cold. Do you want me to put the heat on? Can you? I don't even have the heat on in the car because I'm giving. Maybe I'm just giving middle age hot flash. I don't even think I'm having a hot flash. But have you experienced a hot flash? You have. Okay. Isn't middle age funny? It's like ew. It's not friendly. It's no. It's not. Oh, it's different, y'all. Especially when your brain is still saying 23, 23. Girl, it's still like my brain has still not caught up to like seriously 54. My God. Okay, bougie cousin's gonna be 45. Girl, we're getting old. Isn't that nice? By the grace of God. Okay. I know, girl. Okay, but it feels like fresh. It feels like fall fresh out here. So anyway, these are my. Now I'm being silly. These are the sunglasses I'm sporting today. Thoughts? Okay. I couldn't figure out. I was like, what am I gonna do? I was trying to get my outfit together because I was like, I'm not reporting for court, but I'm going to court. So what do you see that big ass nativity scene they had in their backyard? It's like, do they have a church in their backyard? Y'all, look at my headset. I got this specifically for social media because I have not been able to find a headset that gave me like the right sound that I wanted, and I finally found these. These are by Shocks, and they're really running headphones. And they have such a excellent microphone. They are the best. I just got them like a week or two ago. They're about $150. If you're a runner, you might like these. They sell these without the boom mic, but if you are like someone who works from home and you take a lot of phone calls, this will give you a really good sound. This is not what I use on a regular basis, but when I'm out in the world now, baby, these I'm using these AirPods. I won't spend $1 to buy them ever again. I spent almost $300 on some AirPods and they suck for recording. They're good for listening, but they're not. I don't recommend AirPods if you are trying to do any type of audio recording. I think they suck. They're just not good. Y'all, we are driving all around the county. I'm gonna let y'all go in a minute. Ooh, what's this? What happened? Did my sunglasses just fall off? No. Okay, it's this. Okay. All right. Let me see. We're gonna have to watch the time too, because we gotta pick up fare and like, what time? We have time. Okay, guys, you guys are like with me for a live in the car. Is this not hilarious? I can't see. I don't even know why I'm bothering. I can't see anyway. Did you see they're building this? It was all woods. They better. I don't want. I don't want a whole bunch of people moving out here. I like that it's. I don't. I don't want all that. You said they're gonna. You think they're gonna do over here what they did on the south side? Hell no. You're moving to the south side? What? And you're telling me on live stream? How can you leave the east? How can you leave? What? How can you live the east side? For what? You never move to be closer to work. Moving closer to work is like boo. I've never moved to live closer to a job. That's against like my religion. Please do. Maybe come out this way. Don't say any names of where we are, but just the southeast side. Yeah, southeast is. I mean, I don't have anything against southwest, but it's so freaking congested out there. Yeah. Maybe just being closer to 485 would do the trick. Because you guys are too far in to come out here to just jump on the highway. But if you were out here, you would still have like the comforts and the quietness, but you would be closer to 485. Once you start finding places, and then is it going to be just you two? Okay, just just always room for just in case Boo Boo wants to come home. Okay. So like a 3-bedroom house or something. Okay. Um I think if you over there somewhere between here and there, you would be good. That part of town, baby, is so congested and somewhat off the chain. And traffic is not pretty at all. Okay. Um Why am I bothering to still try to see what I think I can't even bother. It's like whatever. Okay. Guys, we are almost to Mikasa. You guys, I cannot tell you how much fun this was. I love having you guys on the go. So we might do this more often. Stay tuned. This was really, really, really fun. My husband says I drive like a grandma, and I'm like, well, I'm not a grandma, but I do. I'm a very safe driver, huh? I'm cautious. Isn't that nice? I am not aggressive. I pay. No, no. That's why I'm so glad I don't have to commute anymore. I don't really have any place to be at a specific. Well, I do have places to be. Let me say it, but I cushion. I feel like as I became a more responsible adult, when I became a mother, I started planning my schedule better to be able to get to places and be where I needed to be with enough time and no stress. So, yes. I don't like rushing anywhere. Sometimes when we get places like as a family, I'm like high-fiving because back in the day we used to be late all the time. I'm going to throw my husband under the bus and say he sometimes he's the late party, and he's gonna say it's me, but I'm gonna say it's him. Anyway, yo, okay, can you guys? Okay, okay, cousin Bougie. Okay, this was fun. Is Joey Sea Dog here? Hold on, Sea Dog. Someone said hi, Joe. Hey, Joey. Y'all, they were asking about you in the comments, Joey. I was trying to be good. I didn't want to be any which way. Like y'all done ran our boy off. Okay. Okay. So I'm glad. Okay. I was getting ready to give them the business. I was like, y'all done ran off Joey. Okay. Okay, guys. Let me open up the. Okay. Joey, I will be back. I'm gonna be over at Pam's with everybody else. I don't know if I'm gonna be in the chat, but I'll be listening. I need to handle some business with the dogs, and we're gonna go eat lunch, so I'll probably be listening. And maybe after Pam's live, Joey, were you in the mist yesterday? Were you at the courthouse? Joey is back. Let's see. I don't know what I'm walking into in my house because I know Lambo's probably like, oh, 2 3 hours. I do PW. Is that PW? Uh, I don't want gentrification. I don't want. I live in the suburbs. I damn near live in the country, but I live in very suburban. They're building new apartments and things of that nature. I want it to stay very. Um, I'm almost in an area where there's no buses. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to. There's not a lot. You're not going to find the metro buses out here. Um, I'm out in the county, and I like it that it's quiet out here, and you got to walk damn near 2 miles to get to the store. Um, when they start building more apartments, then you have to offer additional services because you might have people who need to get to their jobs. You may have 2,000 people that just now all of a sudden live in the zip code. So I'm not against progress, but I moved out to a quieter part of the county for a reason because I lived in the city before and I lived in it for a long time. So I'm cool with, you know what I mean? Like, but that's okay. Everybody wants a nice, quiet place to live, so I get it. Okay, guys. I'm gonna see y'all later. Hit the thumbs up for me. Gosh, we don't even have 300 likes yet. Um, 200 of you could still hit the like button for me. If you've enjoyed this live, go ahead and hit the thumbs up for me. I would greatly appreciate it. It means a lot and it helps my channel. And I thank you guys very much. This was fun. We'll do it some more. I finally got my headset so you guys can hear me well. So let me go in, handle my dogs, and I'll see you guys later on this afternoon. Joey, I don't know if you were at the proceedings yesterday or not, but whenever I go live later, if you are up for it, call in so we can hear what your thoughts are. We haven't heard from you in a while, and the streets are wanting to know what you think on what's going on. Okay? Okay. Have a great day, guys.